Over the course of 10 seasons, the Blacklist delivered a wide range of villains, from major recurring enemies to those who appeared in just one episode. The show's core concept made it necessary for Raymond Reddington to consistently target criminals alongside the FBI task force. Each season featured episodic antagonists, but many of them were tied to a broader, more dangerous threats Reddington and the team were up against. Even though Reddington and Elizabeth Keene often have misunderstandings and disagreements, they remain the show's central figures, with villains positioned as their opposition. Elizabeth's husband, Tom Keene, isn't considered in this list because he was mostly an ally to Raymond and Elizabeth. Even though he was a double-faced individual, he didn't pose any existential risk to Elizabeth or Raymond. The standout villains in the Blacklist were those who left a lasting impression and posed real danger to Reddington, Keene, and the task force. The 10th person on this list is Jing, who made his first entrance in Season 1, Episode 3. Initially, he didn't stand out enough to be remembered among the top-tier Blacklisters. But by the end of Season 9, his return marked a significant shift, escaping prison and setting out to unite other surviving Blacklisters in an effort to bring Reddington down. That arc made him the main villain in the first part of Season 10, giving figures like Dr. Laken Perillos, Robert Vesco, and the Troll Farmer a chance to return. Jing might not have matched the impact of other villains on his own, but his role in the final season gave him a firm place in this list. The 9th is Lord Baltimore, featured in just one episode, but still one of the more memorable, complicated, and ruthless villains. Reddington was aware of the alias Lord Baltimore. He knew that she was an information broker who had put a hit out on him, but he had no clue who she actually was. That twist landed hard when it turned out Lord Baltimore was Nora Mills, believed to be a victim named Rowan Mills. In truth, Nora had developed dissociative identity disorder after killing her twin named Rowan. She later became the hacker known as Lord Baltimore. The twist behind her identity and tragic backstory gave her a spot on this list. The notorious Anslo Garrick is the 8th on our list. Introduced in Season 1, he quickly proved to be one of the most dangerous villains in the series when he and his crew stormed the post office, the FBI task force's secret base. Garrick captured most of the team and murdered Luli Zhang, a close member of Reddington's security team, right in front of him. The whole post office chaos was a brutal scene that made his boldness and brutality raise the stakes, making this the first time 2 episodes were required to handle a single Blacklister. Even though he was ultimately revealed to be a pawn in a bigger plan, Garrick's personal history with Reddington and his ruthless actions made him unforgettable. Neville Townsend enters the list as the 7th figure. He took center stage in Season 8, where Elizabeth allied with him during her war against Reddington. But this alliance turned chaotic quickly. Townsend's unpredictability and dangerous methods put many lives at risk, not just Reddington's. His character made him feel more unhinged than most villains in the show. While he did bring Reddington and Elizabeth back onto the same side, his presence also delayed long-awaited answers regarding Reddington's identity and Rostova's fate. 6th on the list is Tom Connelly, a Department of Justice member and close friend to FBI Assistant Director Harold Cooper. Connelly was a key figure in introducing the Cabal, the shadowy group that dominated the show's main storyline through late Season 2 and early Season 3. His betrayal hit hard, especially since it involved manipulating Cooper into believing he had cancer, all in service of the Cabal's agenda. Connelly's lack of flair didn't diminish his impact, and his calculated deceit earned him a well-deserved place among the Blacklist's most dangerous villains. 5th is the woman believed to be Katerina Rostova, who resurfaced at the end of Season 6. Eventually revealed to be Tatiana Petrova, a former KGB operative. Her early appearances made a mark, stabbing Reddington in their first scene and then posing as Elizabeth's neighbor and mother. The way she infiltrated Elizabeth's life, especially her relationship with Agnes, gave her a distinct presence. Despite this, the reveal that she wasn't really Katerina weakened her storyline and reduced the impact of some major moments. Number 4 brings us to Peter Kotsiopulos, the head of the Cabal and director of the National Clandestine Service. As the leader of this global shadow government, his influence stretched across multiple seasons. Kotsiopulos was central to keeping the cabal operating in secret, but also key to its eventual downfall. His confident demeanor, even during setbacks, gave him a unique presence. While the cabal's global threat often overshadowed individual members, Kotsiopulos remained essential to its power and its narrative weight. Third is Milos Kirchhoff, or Berlin, the Blacklist's first big overarching villain. Many of the early Blacklisters in Seasons 1 and 2 were linked to him, including Tom Keene. Between self-mutilating to evade identification and orchestrating the death of Mira Malik, Berlin established himself as a man willing to go to brutal lengths. His belief that Reddington killed his daughter, only to later find out she was alive, set the tone for the show's recurring theme of misdirection and deception. Berlin's role was pivotal in shaping the series. Mr. Kaplan is the second on our list. A trusted cleaner and longtime ally of Reddington, she turned against him in Season 4 after he tried to have her killed. Mr. Kaplan began exposing Reddington's secrets, digging up the very evidence she once helped bury. Her actions nearly destroyed his criminal network. What made her stand out was that she was easy to sympathize with. She was not just a threat. She was someone the audience had grown to respect, which made her transformation all the more powerful. Marvin Gerard is the first on the list. Somewhere near the end, Marvin Gerard became one of the most surprising and personal villains in the entire series. A longtime ally of Reddington, he was a trusted friend, the legal mind behind most of Red's operations. But after years of loyalty, something snapped. Gerard felt betrayed when Reddington overlooked him, choosing Elizabeth Keene as the heir to his empire. Bypassing Marvin after years of loyalty and service is what triggered everything. Marvin believed he had earned that position. Instead, Reddington handed everything over to Liz, someone Marvin saw as unpredictable, emotional, and, most importantly, unprepared for the weight of running such a complex organization. That resentment built quietly until Season 9, when Marvin orchestrated Wu Jing's prison escape and began feeding him a list of surviving blacklisters to rally against Red. What made Marvin's betrayal sting wasn't just the impact. It was how long he'd been part of the inner circle. He knew how everything worked. His actions nearly brought down the entire operation, and his manipulation of events behind the scenes made him far more dangerous than most outright enemies. He didn't need guns or violence, just time and patience. Even in his final moments, Marvin left a lasting scar, tipping off Wu Jing before taking his own life. Is there any substantial villain you think I left out? And do you agree with our numbering? Also, do you believe Marvin is the most dangerous enemy Reddington faced? Tell us what you think in the comments section.